When it comes to the electric vehicle market, most brands are looking at it like a race, which is why it is getting a bit too overcrowded. Well, oops, sorry. However, when you look at these two brands, you will see that they are playing a game of chess. Yes, each one is making planned, strategic and precise moves. And that is why you'll see that even though we compared both these cars just 8 months ago, we found a necessity to bring them back together once again. Why, you ask? Well, because in the short time, the Nexon EV has received a major facelift. Whereas earlier this year, Mahindra introduced new top spec Pro variants for the XUV400 with a bunch of upgrades. While in the previous comparo, it was a Nexon that took the crown. Today, we are here to see whether Mahindra's contender has the capability to get an upper hand over the country's best-selling EV. But before we move ahead in this video, if you haven't subscribed to carandbike already, do hit that subscribe button and do not forget to press that bell icon. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your fellow enthusiasts. In today's comparison, we are pitting the top-of-the-line Mahindra XUV400 EL Pro against the range-topping Empowered Plus variant of the Tata Nexon EV long-range model. Now, visually, both these get that proper EV look with a closed front section and grille panels, of course. But the XUV400 hasn't changed compared to when it was launched in 2023. But when you come to the Nexon EV, compared to the pre-facelift model, there are a ton of changes. Firstly, you get an all-new face which is highlighted by the end-to-end LED DRL. And then you have a much more well-sculpted front section with big LED headlamps and a nice wide air dam. Of course, the XUV400 also gets LED DRLs, but it misses out on LED headlamps because it only gets halogen projector headlamps. And that is where the Nexon EV gets an upper hand over the XUV400. Both EVs come with a set of 16-inch alloy wheels, while the XUV400 gets diamond cut wheels. The Nexon EV additionally offers aero inserts for better aerodynamics. While LED tail lights are common among these two EVs, the Nexon's connected design does give it a more upmarket look. Dual tone color option is available with both cars. However, it is the Nexon EV's color palette that I prefer. Now, with the addition of the Pro variants, you get a ton of new features and tech with the XUV400 as well. You do get a bigger 10.25-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which is loaded with a ton of apps. The user interface is also very nice. You do get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. However, the unit that we have with us doesn't have those features because those will be added with an OTA update later on. Another feature that this car doesn't get and will get with an OTA update is guidelines for the reverse camera. Yes, this only gets a reverse camera, unlike the Nexon EV, which gets a 360-degree view cameras. You also get a new steering wheel, which is similar to the one we have seen on the XUV700. In fact, even the buttons that you see here and on the door panels are of better quality even than the Nexon. The fit and finish on this car, I feel, is slightly better than what you get on the Nexon EV. Of course, this center console, of course, is similar to the previous car, and also you get Type A USB chargers instead of Type C, which are available on the Nexon EV. And instead of electronic parking brakes, you get a manual hand brake. So yes, those are the things where the XUV lacks in comparison to the Nexon EV. Now, compared to the pre-facelift model, the new Nexon EV gets a more upmarket cabin, and the fit and finish has improved. You get a lot of soft touch material, and both the front driver and co-passenger seat get ventilation function as well. You also get a much bigger 12.3-inch touchscreen infotainment system, which, in addition to Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, both are wirelessly connected, you also get an arcade EV, which is the company's app suite. You get a ton of apps in here, including some video apps like YouTube, Geo and Amazon Prime. You also get a digital instrument cluster loaded with information. You get everything from the range, including speedometer, the odometer, and you also have paddle shifters for 4 levels of regen. You also get this updated steering wheel. We have talked about all of this in our full review, so you can check that out on carandbike's YouTube channel to get a much more detailed overview of the car's features. While the Nexon EV certainly has better tech on offer, there are some creature comforts that you get in both EVs. Features like a wireless phone charger, electric sunroof, push button start stop function and connected car tech. In terms of dimensions, like before, the XUV400 is still longer, wider and taller than the Nexon EV. Unlike its combustion engine counterpart, the XUV300, the EV version is not a sub 4 meter vehicle, which is also why the XUV400 gets a longer wheelbase as well, and this translates to better cabin space.
Now, being a bigger car, the XUV400 also offers you great amount of space at the rear seat. Yes, you get better knee room and leg room compared to the Nexon EV, but the under thigh support, like the other car, is also not very good, but you will be comfortable here. One big addition to the XUV400 is this rear AC vents. The earlier car, yes, the earlier car did not get them. Now you do have them with the Pro variants, so that is one good addition. And you also have a Type-C port over here and a 12-volt socket as well. Then you have these additional strings where you can hold on stuff like magazine and papers. Yes, you also get a central armrest again with cup holders. So yes, overall the cabin has been the focus for Mahindra to improve customer experience, and to an extent I think the company has achieved a great deal with the XUV400. Now, with the rear seat of the Nexon EV, it is a pretty nice setup. Yes, the seats are well cushioned, but you do not get enough thigh support. Even when you see, the leg room is not that great. It's comfortable, but in long drives it might be a problem. This is set to my driving position. I am 5 feet 9 inches tall, so you can get an assumption as to what kind of space you get here. But you do have rear AC vents and a 45-watt Type-C charging port. So overall, pretty decent. You also get foldable armrest with cup holders, and you get seat belts, 3-pointed seat belts for all 3 passengers.
Now, the XUV400 also comes with 3-pointed seat belts for all occupants, but additionally Mahindra also offers adjustable headrests for all 3 rear passengers. So when it comes to cabin space and rear seat comfort, it is the XUV400 that does it better. In terms of safety features, both cars get 6 airbags. However, while they are standard on the Nexon EV, Mahindra offers 6 airbags only with the top spec XUV400 EL Pro trim. The Nexon EV also comes with electric parking brake and auto hold, 360-degree view cameras, electronic stability program and all 4 disc brakes. Now, while the XUV does get ESP and disc brakes for all wheels, it only gets a rear view camera with a manual emergency brake lever and hill hold assist. Having said that, you do get a proper tire pressure monitoring system in the XUV that gives you both pressure and temperature data for all 4 tires. The Nexon EV only gets a tire pressure alert system.
In terms of performance, nothing has changed in the XUV400. It offers the same amount of power and torque output, and even the range remains unchanged, as you can see on the screens. Being an electric vehicle, the power output is instant. You have all the power and torque right from the word go, and that is what makes the drive all the more exciting. Now, what you don't get in the XUV400 is regen modes. You only get driving modes, 3 driving modes to be precise: fun, fast and fearless. And yes, the car has a distinctive character for each of these modes. In fun mode, it is like city mode. You can just drive around with ease. In fast, it gets a bit more aggressive, and in fearless, it becomes a lot more fast and agile. And you can notice these changes between these driving modes. While you do not have a regen mode in this car, you do have a limp mode or an L mode, which is available in this shifter lever. And what that does is offers you one pedal driving function. It comes in very handy when you're driving in low charge and you want to conserve your battery.
The Mahindra XUV400 also comes with the option of a smaller 34.5 kWh battery pack. While the electric motor offers the same output, the driving range stands at 375 km. The model we had came with the bigger 39.5 kWh battery pack that offers a claimed max range of 456 km.
What I love about the XUV400 is its exceptional ride quality. It is smooth and supple. It gobbles down all kind of undulations on the road without any fuss and offers you a comfortable ride. and that is something that lacks in the Nexon EV. Of course, the Nexon EV offers great handling. Yes, it's better than the XUV400. However, when it comes to ride quality and comfort, it is the XUV400 that takes the upper hand. Now, in terms of performance, nothing has changed compared to when we first reviewed the Nexon EV last year. And you can check out the full review on carandbike.com to get more information on the car. You will also have the specs on the screen right now.
Now, like the XUV400 being an EV, the Nexon EV2 feels quick, fast, and the performance is also instantly available. Having said that, it is the XUV400 that is more powerful. In fact, it is also quicker and more agile compared to the Nexon EV. And the difference in acceleration is not just on paper but also quite evident when you drive the car. But the Nexon EV has its pros as well.
What you get in the Nexon EV are regen modes. Yes, you get 4 levels of regen modes, 0, 1, 2, 3. And each regen mode offers you more access to one pedal driving function. Yes, in level 3 you have complete one pedal driving, and that is where you conserve a lot of energy. If you see, for instance, right now I am at level 1 and the range showing on the screen is 146, whereas if I go up the regen mode through using these paddle shifters, the regen mode gives me an additional boost, and now the range has gone up to 152 kilometers. You also get 3 driving modes similar to the XUV400. Here they are called Eco, City and Sport. In Eco mode, of course, as the name suggests, it will conserve the energy and give you minimum power. But as you go up the drive modes and you take to City, it is a bit more lenient and you get a bit more comfortable driving. Whereas in Sports mode, it becomes a bit more agile and fun to drive. Now, one complaint I had with the XUV400 is its steering feel. It was a bit too light for my liking, whereas in the Nexon EV, that is not the case. It has a nice heft to it and it imparts a lot of confidence. Now, both the XUV400 and the Nexon EV come with a portable charging cable. They also support 3.3 kilowatt AC wallbox charging, 7.2 kilowatt AC wallbox charging and 50 kilowatt DC fast charging. However, the Nexon EV facelift now also offers vehicle-to-vehicle and vehicle-to-load charging, which means you can use the car to charge another EV or an appliance.
As mentioned earlier, both EVs come with 2 battery pack options. Mahindra offers the XUV400 in 3 variants and they are priced between 15,49,000 rupees and 17,49,000 rupees ex-showroom Delhi. On the other hand, the Tata Nexon EV has a much wider range to choose from, 9 variants to be precise, and the prices start from as low as 14,49,000 rupees and go up to 19,29,000 rupees ex-showroom Delhi.
Compared to the last time we were with these two cars, both the Nexon EV and the XUV400 has come a long way. Yes, the updates made to the Nexon EV are a lot more substantial. The XUV400 too has received its fair share of updates and caught up with the modern trends and is a better product now. In terms of performance and range, both are quite similar, but when you look at it as an overall product, the Nexon EV still comes out as a better product. It has better creature comforts, more tech and a lot more options to choose from. And so, even though the XUV400 undercuts this top spec variant of the Nexon EV, if I had to pick one of these EVs, I would definitely go for the Nexon EV.